Greetings. This video is about knee pain. I'm gonna show you guys how to fix your knee pain forever. Now, before we get into it, my name's Coach Corey Armstrong, a fitness coach. For 10 years, right, I've coached hundreds and hundreds of guys how to lose fat, build muscle, get ripped, confidence, and stay that way long term. And if you guys stay to the end of the video, I'm actually gonna give you a gift to help you to do that as well. But let's talk about how we got here in the first place. So I have experienced debilitating knee pain. That knee pain that hurts so bad that you can't walk up and down the stairs without it feeling like somebody's stabbing your knees. I've been through that. Now, look at me, right? I can do pistol squats with impunity. I wanna help you guys get to that point too. How did my knee pain happen? A few years ago, I was training like an idiot with some homeboys. We were training legs, right? You know how it is training with your boys. A lot of testosterone, ego, wanting to lift heavy so you don't look like a bitch. I'm the shortest guy of them. I probably weigh 30, 40 pounds less than them. We were training legs, doing a superset with lunges and squats. After that, we did leg curls, leg extensions, all the stuff. And then one of my friends says, so we're gonna do leg press? And at that moment, I knew, man, I done fucked up training with these guys, right? Because I was tired, right? I was taxed. I didn't want to do anything extra, but of course, I'm not gonna be a bitch, right? So I'm like, yeah, let's do leg press. Normally, I would be leg presses around 600, 700 pounds, comfortably getting 8 to 12 reps. But we get to 700, right? And one of my boys is, I don't feel nothing. You wanna go up? Right? And then you know we at 800 pounds, 900, 1,000, 1,100 pounds pressing the motherfucking leg press for reps. What happened was I was doing what you call half repping. At a certain point, my quads got so taxed that I was letting the weight rest on my tendons at the top. That's a huge mistake, guys. When you're doing things with your legs, understand that the only thing that's protecting your knees from snapping is your ligaments and tendons. Now the tendons are very strong, but if you overtax them, you can end up with what we call knee tendonitis, and that's what I got, man. The next morning, I could barely walk. It felt like Chucky was stabbing the shit out of me in my knees. But somehow, I was able to bounce back from that, and here we are today, and I'm gonna show you how. Why do you experience knee pain? It comes from systemic weakness in a surrounding muscle group. Your whole body is a kinetic chain, meaning that everything is connected to something else. And when you experience a lot of pain in one area, it could be to something drastic happening like an accident or snapping something in half. It could be wear and tear because one muscle group is overcompensating. When I assessed my physique during that time is I really identified that my hamstrings were weak and my glutes were weak. And so that led to the quads having to take over a brunt of the work whenever I would be doing any type of lower body exercises. So are your hamstrings tight? Do you feel your glutes when doing squats, lunges, right? Or are you mostly feeling quads? Because if that's the case, 9 times out of 10, you are what we call quad dominant. And so one of the tips that you can start to incorporate now is just focus on strengthening the posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, hips. Now that we've addressed the cause, let's talk about the cure. Start your routine with posterior chain work. When you talk about movement, your mind has to connect to the muscles and move. If your hamstrings are tight, for example, a lot of the times your brain is not being connected to that muscle to actually tell it to contract. Connect mentally to that muscle by doing isolations to warm up the hamstrings first. So one of the things you can do is just a set of hamstring curls on a hamstring curl machine, right? I usually do 10 to 15 reps, 3 sets of that, just to do what we call pre-exhausting, right? Activating those muscles in those hamstrings first, and then transition from that into a compound movement. Now, if you got knee pain, you probably feel it whenever your quads shift forward like this, right? Y'all be out here with that motherfucking grandma squat, right? Looking like you about to do the cat daddy. Let's not do that, right? What you instead do, the variation of the squat that forces you to shift the hips back and down. The reason I have this bench here is because after doing hamstring curls, get on the bench or box and do box squats. When it comes to box squatting, a lot of guys get this wrong. They just sit down and then come up. If you notice, when I did that, pop down, popped up, I still shifted forward just a little bit with the knees. How you prevent that is think about the placement of your feet in relation to the box or bench, right? and then think about what touches that boxer bench first. So if you are way out here, you gotta fall and sit down like this and then come up. That could prevent activating the quads enough to where it starts to pain the knees, but a lot of you guys are too big and you will lose your balance and you can't get up. What I recommend you do instead is get really close to the boxer bench initially. Then focus on shifting the hips and butt back. You want your hamstrings to touch the bench before your butt does, then come back up. What happens when the hamstrings touch, it sends that signal to your brain, hey, we need to contract these hamstrings to get this motherfucker up, right? And as long as your body is being signaled to use those hamstrings, it's gonna be less likely to rely on those quads. And then you're gonna be getting more activation of that posterior chain. And so as that strengthens, you'll start to notice you have more strength and stability in lower body movements. So again, if we go from 3 sets of 10 to 15 on the hamstring curls, then maybe we do a variation of the box squat. What you're gonna first initially be able to do the first few weeks is sets of this with just body weight is probably gonna be tough. After maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks of doing that on your lower body sessions, you're probably gonna wanna graduate to actually adding some resistance. I would recommend doing some variation of a goblet squat, maybe with a dumbbell, or barbell squats, using the box. Get strong at this. Same principles, hamstrings hit the bench first, strengthen this movement because this is actually fixing you to get good at the squatting motion, right? After a while, you'll be able to progress in your weights, as well as you'll notice that you probably won't feel as much inflammation and pain in those. Another thing you can focus on is the upper part of the posterior chain. Hamstrings, glutes, and hips. You can do movements that activate the hips and glutes after your squatting motion is. So you can get into some hip thrusts, pause, right? You come here, right off the edge of the bench, go up, come back down, go up, come back down. And you can actually add weight to that, either with a dumbbell, barbell. It's up to you, right? Really doesn't fucking matter. But essentially, those in combination are what's gonna lead to you starting to feel less and less pain in those knees over time. Now let's talk about solidifying this cure to the knees, because that's gonna strengthen the back side so the front side doesn't overcompensate. Another thing you wanna be always aware of and looking to make sure that you don't have knee pain going forward is whenever you do lower body movements, you are focusing on driving through the hips more than the knee. The way you do that is heel placement. So wherever your heel is, notice I ain't got no shoes on today. There's some reason for that because I can feel my body driving the heel through the floor because I'm touching the floor. You ain't gotta train barefoot, but definitely wanna go with some flatter shoes if you got some knee pain. But barefoot training could be beneficial as well, depending on the level of strength you have with the bottom of your feet. One of the things that you can do is stepping up movements or pressing away movements. When you leg press, make sure you leg press through your heels and you got your toes like pointed off of the panel because that drives all the strength through the hips. And if you drive through the hips, you'll feel it in your glutes and you'll feel it in your hamstrings. That's how you know you're doing it properly. We got our boxer bench. Step ups, make sure you're close to it and you got your toes right off that edge. If you have your toes edge of the box and you're looking to step up like this, what has to happen is your posterior chain has to get you up because my toes are off the bench, which means that my knee can't really slide forward because I'm gonna fall forward because I'm not driving off those toes. So really driving the heels is another pro tip whenever you're doing squatting, lunging, right, as you get better and better at this. But step ups and leg press are good variations that you could do, and make sure that you drive your heels by just having your toes off the platform or off the panel. Another pro tip on that heel drive would be to actually get some of these like wedges or even plates and elevate your toes, because what happens when you elevate your toes is it forces you to drive through your heels. So it's the same set from the floor. If I put these on the ground and do like a squat with these, now I'm gonna have to activate my hips. I'm forcing my toes up and I'm giving myself more artificial hip mobility. Now these are tips to strengthen the muscles around the joints, things I did for myself and teach my clients. If you want more help to address knee pain or some other systemic pain that you have, I'm gonna attach below a link to download my free course, the Fix Your Pain Playbook. The link to that free course will actually be attached in the description of the video. Go grab that, completely free. Hopefully it helps you out. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.